Okay, so like the title of the video suggests, we might have another 150 chapters to go for Black Clover. To explain what that means is, after the end of the Elf arc, it was stated that was part 1 is now done, and so a bunch of people believe that this must mean that there's probably 3 parts to Black Clover. That was part 1, and then this part with the Spade King would be part 2, and then there would be a 3rd part. Now that theory, of course, died out when they started defeating the Supreme Devils, so at that point, if they're going to defeat the most powerful demons, what was the point of having how could there be a 3rd part? So the thought at that point was, okay, it's probably going to be a 2-part series, but based on what just happened on this chapter, yeah, there might actually be a 3rd part. And why do I say that? Because in this chapter, right at the beginning, a Dramalak, the Supreme Devil of the 2nd level, flew over, ripped out and took Lucifero's heart, and they just flew away with it. And since no one is in any condition to fight him, they don't even think about stopping him. They just let him go. Now, it has been shown that the power of a devil is their heart. This has been proven by the fact that you need to destroy the heart to kill the devil. And if you give a human a devil heart, turn into a devil, and their power increases dramatically. Now, the 2 things I could think about that he could use the heart for is, 1, he can consume the heart to take in its power, but he's already proven that he would lose to Asta even with that power. Or he could stick the heart into a human, turning that human into a devil, or he could basically start a cult of devil worshippers with that heart by giving the power of Lucifero to a bunch of people. I doubt it's the cult one, because that's literally what the Spade Kingdom was. It was just a giant devil worshipping cult. Which is why all 3 of these ideas don't feel like they're right in any way, shape, or form. They don't feel like they fit what would happen because, 1, they've already happened, and so to repeat them again wouldn't make any sense. It's got to be something new that I can't think of. So I was wondering if any of you could tell me what you think that he could be doing with the heart. Please leave in the comments below. Now, currently, the only person left standing is, of course, because he took the least amount of damage. And so he decides that he needs to save everyone by healing them, but the ones he needs to really worry about are Yami and Noct, who basically were punched through, and so they're slowly dying, and so he gets Mimosa, but she's out of magic, there's nothing she can do. Unfortunately, Gray is also out of magic, and Patri doesn't even have his grimoire. So those who can still move start crowding around Noct and Yami, and they start freaking out. And of course, Charlotte is also there. So she starts bawling, and then finally admits to Yami that she loves him, and she just starts begging that he doesn't die. And it's actually pretty emotional because you actually see Yami's eyes slightly open. So this basically kind of like wakes him up a bit. Vanessa's also freaking out, and I don't think she even notices it that Rogue activates its power and uses its ability to drag pretty much all of the Black Bulls to them. It's almost like everyone instinctively knew what was happening, so Charmy just immediately starts shoving food at Mimosa and says, "Eat it, eat it, eat it." And I was like, wait, without a fork? What am I supposed to, why am I eating? What was the point? And it's like, just eat it, you'll see. Just use your hands. She starts shoving the food in her with her hands. And she ends up making this really cute, like, chipmunk chubby cheek face when she's eating. And she quickly figures out, oh, okay, my magic is back. So now she's then able to save Noct and Yami. And she can now use her most powerful spell, Ultimate Plant Magic, Princess Flower Garden, which is apparently so powerful at this point, she can even heal holes in someone's abdomen, which is insane. Like, there's no way. Like, Mimosa early on was having trouble healing just a small stab through Asta's gut back when they first met. The elves' ultimate magic is just insane. So after they're healed, everyone's all excited, and they're like, wow, I thought I really was going to die this time. But obviously, he would have died before me. No, you would have died first. No, you. They had an argument about who was going to die first, even though they would have died within seconds of each other. Which is the most ridiculous argument a man could have, but makes sense for these two. Like I said before, Charlotte's cries for Yami did reach him, and he says that's the reason why he's alive. But he couldn't actually probably hear what she said, and so he asks her, what exactly did you say to me that kept me alive? And of course, she's too embarrassed to repeat herself. Her face just completely turns red. Yami then goes over to Asta and grabs him by the head, starts squeezing him like he always does, and he says, "You messed up my sword, what's wrong with you?" And Asta's response is, "That happened a long time ago, why are you bringing it up now?" And then Yami lets him go, smiles at him, hands him the katana and says, "Okay, well, this is yours now. Thank you." And the chapter officially ends with them, all the Black Bulls officially greeting their vice captain for finally returning. And he, of course, insults them like he always does, but then says, yeah, I'm glad to be back. So the next few chapters are obviously going to be wrap-up chapters. And if there really is going to be a part 3, then I'm guessing Charlotte and Noelle are not going to properly confess their feelings to the men they love. We'll probably get a proper decision on Yuno's part on whether or not he wants to be king of the Spade Kingdom or not. We'll probably get to see the aftermath of the Diamond Kingdom with, see what happened to Mars and, the other Fauna's fates, because that's an entirely plot point that was just dropped a long time ago. The Diamond Kingdom was destroyed, and that was it. We kind of were just straight to the Spade Kingdom. We're going to see a proper peace between the four major countries on the continent, all the Heart, Spade, Clover, and Diamond, which is going to be pretty nice, I suppose. So that'll probably mean we'll probably have to expand outside of the current continent's map to the other kingdoms across the world. We might even get to see Yami's homeland. Think about it. The story ends with the final battle happening in this world's version of Japan. But the biggest thing right now is deciding who is going to be the next Wizard King, because it has been revealed already to the people of the Clover Kingdom that Julius is basically a weak child at this point, and he cannot be the Wizard King anymore. The question is, will Asta now become the new Wizard King, or is that like an end game thing? And if this is not the end game, does that mean someone of the older generation will be someone who's a member of the older generation will be a Wizard King first, like Fagolion probably? I'd put my money on Fagolion. I could see him being the Wizard King. And then Asta's turn would be next after that. But that's only if there really is going to be a part 3. If this is it, if this is truly the ending, or I doubt it would be, otherwise he wouldn't have his heart taken out and flown away. They would have just fought the guy here and now. Then Asta would probably just be the Wizard King in the next few chapters. But no. I think there really is going to be another like 150 chapters. So yeah, I definitely see Fagolion being the Wizard King. Up next, in the next 2 chapters, he's going to be crowned the next Wizard King. And then after that, the new story begins. One last thing I just realized, if there really is going to be a third part, Seki might have a redemption arc. Yeah, that whole chapter of him feeling nothing but regret for failure and just not living up to his potential. Yeah, that might actually go full circle on this. He might actually have a chance to have a redemption arc. I just realized that just now while recording this. No joke. Go Seki. Good luck, man. But yeah, the potential of this chapter really excites me. I can't wait for what's next. But yeah, I really did enjoy this chapter. I hope you all did too. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Black Clover and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.